Oops.
Yeah.
Well, dude, Hamptons, this is an interesting thing that I realized the other day. I went on a boat, and this boat was $1 million. Okay. It was $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And for $1 million, dude, I expected this thing to be way bigger and like way nicer.
Boats are
Insane.
ridiculously expensive.
Which makes me think it's not even fucking worth it. I don't want to own a boat if $1 million only gets me that.
Okay, so tell us about the boat. Okay, tell us about the boat.
Okay, so it has 4 engines on it or whatever, propeller things, whatever those things are called.
Yep.
It's nice. It's really nice. Like it's
No.
fast.
I mean, how long is it? You know, is there an indoor cabin? Is there a bathroom?
So there's a pretty nice indoor cabin. It's pretty nifty and high tech. There's all these like gadgets. A grill pops out of it.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, then now you're really fucking talking. Yeah.
All right.
You're
So this is cool.
Exhibit Pimp My Boat.
Exactly. Yes. This is Pimp My Boat. And dude, like in the front, there are these seats that you can like sit on. They kind of make you feel like you're flying through the water and like all great things. Really great. But dude, $1 million. That's a lifetime of family vacations. You can buy you and your family vacations and then some for your whole life. And I'm talking lavish vacations multiple times a year. Like, what's the point? You need to have the boat. And like, these are my very good friends, like people that I live with, essentially. Like they have this fancy ass fucking boat and they need like a captain to drive it for them too. Cause it's new and they don't know how to do it. So they hire a guy to drive the boat. They can't even drive it themselves. Like, how much money do you have to make that a purchase that makes sense? To me, I'd have to be so wealthy to be able to be doing that.
Right. Okay. So lots to tackle here. That's my trademark phrase.
Trademark.
Lots to unpack here. Here's the thing. You can't quantify or commodify happiness, joy.
Yeah, true.
You can't put a price tag on it. And what I mean by that is you said $1 million is a lifetime of family vacations. And that reflects how much you love to travel, right? Mm-hmm. It's when you think of $1 million, the fact that your mind immediately goes to how many family vacations you could take with your children and your wife or whatever, that's a wonderful thing, right? Mm-hmm. But a different family might derive equal joy from having that boat and not going on family vacations.
Right.
So this is not taking into account the fact that they just have enough money that they can do both, clearly. That a boat is a blip on their radar financially. You'd have to say that, let's say that 2 families of the same amount of money, one family might get just as much happiness from that boat as another family might from going twice a year on sick vacations.
Right. Fair points.
Yeah, we can't really say that. Now, if it were me, right? There's a big difference between like a yacht that you can comfortably sleep on, and I'm not talking like Roman Abramovich yacht. I'm talking a yacht that has like a sick bedroom in it where you're not climbing into the bed and the ceiling is 2 feet above your head. You're not in like a fucking bunk.
Yes. Like
you almost don't know that you're on a boat.
Yes.
When you're inside, right?
Yes. That
level of a boat, that is sick.
And that's got to be $10 million.
At least.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then that versus, the boat we have, which might have been like, I don't know, I'm going to sound like an asshole here. It might have been like $60,000.
Right.
Which was really expensive for, our family, but was a huge step up from the boat that we had my whole life, which we bought off of my grandmother when I was 5 years old for $6,000.
Wow.
And was one of my favorite things in my life.
Right.
Had a 100 horsepower single motor, could comfortably seat, like you could bring 6 people on the boat if you wanted to squeeze a little bit.
Pretty good.
But it didn't have like couches. It didn't have any real comfortable seats. It had a seat for the driver, a seat for the passenger, and then in the front you could seat like 2 people on either side.
Yeah.
Whereas the new boat, has like built-in speakers, and there's a depth chart, and there's a little bit
Right.
more automation, and there's actually a little tiny bathroom, just a single-use thing that you can duck into if you really need to. And it's such an upgrade for us.
Yeah.
But my point would be, unless I were able to go from the boat we currently have to one of those yachts,
Right. You wouldn't upgrade.
the middle tiers are
Not worth it.
pointless.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Now, there are some exceptions. If you love sailing, right? A $200,000 or $500,000 sailboat, that's a very different experience.
Or what about a fishing boat?
Fishing, exactly. If you're an avid fisherman and you need to go miles off the coast and you need all of that gear and equipment and stuff, then you're talking about different costs. But for day boating, which is what it sounds like your friends are doing, I can't justify spending $1 million on that.
Agreed. Dude, 100%. Also, I thought you just said gay boating, and I was like, that sounds fucking awesome.
Does sound fun.
Some gay boating.
Sounds like the sort of thing where you do not need to wear pants.
And it also sounds like the type of thing where I might be shunned for taking my shirt off. I need 3 more weeks in the gym. Well, dude, I've been on a yacht one time. And, actually, that's not true. I've been on a yacht a couple times, but it was the same one. And it's so sick. I actually shot a music video on it. And if you guys feel frisky and want to dig, it's a Lil Young Big 360 virtual reality music video. And if you have an Oculus, I highly recommend watching it. It's pretty cool. Anyway, this boat was so sick. But again, I was like, this boat is amazing. But even that, I was like, it's not that amazing. Like, it was amazing. It was incredible. You could do all this stuff on a boat. But like, I couldn't even fathom how much it cost. It was like 80 feet or 100 feet or something. And like, had all this sick shit in it. But I was like, I can't imagine how much this costs. And like, I just don't get why boats cost so much. I'm sure it costs a lot to make them and all that stuff and the technology, whatever. But it's hard for me to process, especially not knowing a lot about boats.
Yeah, I really do wonder about the the markup on boats. It seems like almost it's like those when you hear about fucking Tory Burch handbags.
Yeah.
It costs like $12 to make them, and then they sell for $1,000.
Right.
And you're like, well, if you know that, then why the fuck are you buying it?
Yeah. Why the fuck are you buying it? And dude, but with the boat, it's such a luxury that it makes me wonder how much. Like, does that mean you would mark it up more, or does that mean you would mark it up less? Like, it's a hard thing to like. Right.
So it does make you wonder. Yes. Like, is this thing a floating pile of junk, or or is it worth close to what I'm paying for it?
Right.
But here's the thing. I remember, like if you have a yacht and you can tell your crew, hey, sail on down to Aruba, and then we're going to take the private jet down there and meet us, and we're going to spend a week or 2 sailing around the Caribbean islands, St. Bart's, St. John's, and we've got a chef on board to cook us dinner, and then we can just take a little dinghy into shore to explore some local beach bars when we want. That sounds like a pretty dope vacation if you have the means.
Yeah.
Similarly, I remember that when Tiger Woods was playing in the U.S. Open at Shinnecock a few years ago when Brooks Koepka won, rather than rent some Airbnb, because there really weren't that many hotels that were available in the height of summer in Southampton, rather than do that, he just brought his $50 million yacht, parked it at a marina in Southampton, and then was a 10-minute drive to the golf course, and was able to avoid traffic and all of that because of this. And that sounded very efficient to me. You know what I mean? Like, that was an effective use of a yacht.
Right.
But otherwise, yachts, like anything, you're always looking at the guy who has the next tier up.
Right?
And you get your yacht with a fucking jacuzzi on the back, and then the next guy gets one with a helicopter landing pad, and all of a sudden you think your dick is small.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You got to imagine that there's some of that going on in those circles. Of
Yeah.
course.
So you're constantly being one upped, and you can't keep up. But anyway,
Totally, dude. Yeah, I don't know. Fucking yacht life, dude. Not for me, I think ultimately. It is cool, but yeah, I don't know.
So yachts, yes. I don't think that. I mean, that's just like if you have so much money that you can't spend it because it's invested and you're accruing from your invested money more money than you can spend in a given year, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing, and you're not that philanthropic, or you are, but even then you don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, buy a yacht, sure, but private air travel, which is goes hand in hand with owning a yacht, is awesome.
Yeah.
The difference between private air travel and commercial air travel versus
No
yachting
comparison.
and like going out in a day boat that you own, I don't know. I can't speak to it because I've never been on a yacht, never owned a yacht, but you're like, to me, if I had to choose one or the other, I would say private jet
Over yacht
helps
all
life
day, dude.
so much.
All day. Let me ask you this though, dude. I mean, I imagine that the taxes on a yacht must be crazy. The upkeep must be crazy. You have to have a crew. I feel like everybody who owns a yacht, most of those people like charter it to people.
I wonder. I don't know. I
Right?
don't know the answer to that. But there's that age-old saying of if it floats, flies, or fucks, rent it.
That is a savage saying. That's
Have you heard
hilarious.
that?
No, but that's great.
Rent, don't buy. If it floats, flies, or fucks, rent, don't buy.
That is fucking nuts, dude.
It's a good saying. I mean, obviously it's a little probably misogynistic.
Yeah. I can imagine just a dinner table of men chuckling, wealthy men chuckling about that while with cigars in their mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking women.
Yeah.
Great.
No, but I think for the planes, I mean, now you've got these timeshare services for private air travel, like the Wheels Up and the NetJets and stuff. And as expensive as they are, they're still a fraction of the price of actually owning a jet, which requires, enlisting 2 private air captains to be at your beck and call all the time, owning a hangar.
Yeah.
I mean, it is the fuel costs, all that shit. It is astronomical.
Yeah.
But the Wheels Up stuff, the NetJets, all that, that's like an Uber version of that level,
Yeah. Whipping the PJ, dude.
Be cool.
Awesome. If you like that video, check out our channel where we have way more videos. I just don't know how to do this. This is unbelievable. If you like that video, we have way more videos on our channel. Please like and subscribe. Turn on notifications if you want to know when there are new ones. But if not, check them out, and we appreciate it.
Oops.